Greetings and Chatelet everyone. This is going to be a new review on a NightHawk headphone from AudioQuest. I did the NightHawk original 3.5 years ago, July of 2015, and I had a review on it, a video, a bunch of comments, and I want to, since they had a closeout sale on these NightHawk Carbons, newer version with newer paint on the surface. They're still liquid wood, but it's black glossy instead of that wood color. Anyway, I wanted to see if these NightHawk Carbons were any different, and of course, because they were on sale for $300 US compared to the original price of $700, and so I couldn't turn it down because of the bargain price. But I can tell you they came in the original new packaging, and I mean extensive packaging. Just the way they're sealed up and everything else, they'd resist moisture and all that sort of thing for 100 years. Just an incredible packaging job. Considering all the packaging and the promotion and everything else they did for this line of headphones, the NightHawk and then later the Night Owl, you'd think they would have really taken care to get a good hi-fi sound out of them. But I'll tell you what, the bias is so bad on these, I have to really wonder whether the designer is supposedly some Skylar guy, whether they can actually hear. I mean, you know, when you've got 100 different flagship headphones from AKG, K812, and your Sennheiser HD800, and 6 different Beyer headphones, T90, T1, T70P, and just a whole bunch of others. You know, if you listen to all those, you can figure out what the average sound is for a hi-fi headphone, and you can read interfidelities charts and things like that, and you can figure out more from there. Get a pretty good idea. And these, I don't have my iPod or iPad with me, so I'm going to have to show you a sketch I did of the actual EQ curve I did. And so, you know, here's a line with 0 dB, +6, -6. There's 100 hertz, 1000 hertz, and then we top out at around 10 kilohertz on the top of this chart, and around 10 hertz at the bottom. So anyway, there's this huge mid-range, lower mid-range emphasis, which I, of course, push down with the equalizer, and then a fairly good size suck out in the treble, probably about 5 dBs across most of the treble, and of course then the treble returns normal. It's got a strong response, at least up as high as 14 kilohertz, and which is pretty surprising given the but it's got that mid treble recess. And anyway, the effect of this sound curve, which is the inverse of what I'm showing here with the EQ curve, is you get a big, dull, cavernous kind of sound. Now the Beyerdynamic DT770 that I had, 32 ohm, the 88th anniversary edition, that thing had a cavernous sound, but it was nothing like this. It wasn't dull. But anyway, that's the NightHawk sound, and you can look it up online on my website. Here's one of the things that came in the packaging here, the very extensive booklet, very nice. And see if I can squeeze in this leatherette box here that they give you with this great big thing. See, there's the lid of this thing, and it's zippered all the way around. And then there's the internal enclosure there, if we can see this at all. I need to be able to move my camera, and I'm not really able to do that right now. But anyway, it's got a great big internal place to put the headphone into. I mean, it's just all super deluxe. A couple $100 worth of packaging there, I'm sure. And a really, really nice headphone. It's one size fits all, but of course it fit me perfectly. And it's semi-open, and these acoustic grills on here prevent unnecessary reflections. The ear pads that I have on here are this protein leather, pea leather, and they give a good seal for bass and all that sort of thing. And then they have some fabric pads that come with this that you can put on there instead. Lessens the bass and all that sort of thing. Problem with lessening the bass is it doesn't just lessen that lower mid-range emphasis, it just drops the low bass to non-existence. So with the EQ curve, sounds pretty good, has some good output all the way down to probably pretty close to 20 hertz. Good for pipe organ music and all that sort of thing. And what this thing is for up here, this metal thing is, I don't know, something for this to bang up against. But anyway, yeah, a very, very nice headphone. Needs to be EQ'd, otherwise you're going to be listening to a really skewed sound. You need some bright recordings to play through something like this if you're not using an equalizer. But anyway, it's a quick look at the AudioQuest NightHawk Carbon, which sounds pretty much the same as the original NightHawk. I didn't do as much comparison this time. I just fired up the old EQ curve and had a listen, and then compared it to several other things I have on hand. Pretty close. It might vary by a decibel or two in some areas from the original NightHawk, but not that much. Pretty close. And so I don't know what else to say about it. For $300, if you got any kind of equalizing at all and everything else, it could be quite the bargain. It, when done properly, it has a very, very nice hi-fi sound. So anyway, there you go, AudioQuest NightHawk Carbon. Not so great at $700, but a real deal at $300. And I got this one from, I think it's Music Direct. And pretty reliable outfit. So there we go. Thank you.